Okay, well I'm going to show you my black walnut cracker. This is the cracking unit here. The inside body is made out of stainless steel. There's a hexagonal roller in there with traction bars on it that grab the nuts, push them against this adjustable crowding plate for the different size nuts. So generally run them through a few times because I don't want to grind the nuts up. I want to just crack the shells, save the nut meats as much as I can. The nuts and the shells are going to fall down through this hopper onto the shaker table. There's two size screens there. This top screen is going to sift out the small nut pieces and small size shells, and they're going to come out and exit here. And then this bucket you'll get the nut meats with shells. And that requires some hand sorting at that point in time, okay? But they are delicious and well worth it. It doesn't really take that long to sort out a cup of nuts. And then over here will be large shell pieces that can then be run back through the cracker. And each time I'll put the adjustment down a little bit so it cracks a little bit more of the nut meat each time. So we will give it a run through here, and I'll show you my cracker and sorting table setup. Take too long. Sorting. Good healthy nutrition isn't anything like good tasting wild black walnut. Next step would be is to find out another way to sort this based on airflow or vacuum of some sort. But it doesn't really take too long to sort out a couple meats. This does save a lot of work having the shaker table. And without the shaker table, I know this looks like a mess, but you would have instead all your nuts in here with these large shell pieces. You can see most of these shell pieces are empty. There's a few that got some, you could run this through again, but at that point then you're getting a lot of small nut pieces. But you can see it took a lot of the work out of it. A lot of the shells, you know, there's a big nut meat that was in there. We'll get a little bit of that. And there's not a lot of stuff out there for black walnuts. Okay, black walnuts are much harder to crack than your commercial walnuts. They don't. Their percent kernel crack is a lot less, so the shell holds on to that nut meat. And unlike something like hazelnuts where the shell is extremely light and papery, you know, the density is drastically different than the nut meat. We don't have that case of black walnuts. A lot of guys in the Michigan Nut Growers Association, which I'm a member of, that have devise some ways to husk them and process them, wash them, store, dry, and crack them. So Michigan's kind of the northern limit of black walnuts, but we do have they do grow well here in the southern half of the state, and we've got a small group of people that love them. But yeah, it's a free food source, very healthy, and tastes great.